In this video, I'm going to cover what a recovery is, the principles of a successful recovery, provide important tips, tricks, and advice to improve your recoveries, and offer some awesome ways to practice and train so that you can take your newly acquired skills into your matches to help you rank up. No matter what rank you are, recoveries are an absolutely crucial part of the game, and by the end of this video, you'll have everything that you need to know to master recoveries. A recovery refers to the second or two, usually after you go for a hit on the ball, where you are often unstable and do not move very far. For example, take a look at this play. The recovery period starts now. Likewise, in this situation, the recovery begins now. The principles of a successful recovery are to try and land as quickly as possible with all four wheels on the ground. Have your car face the direction that you're about to travel and maintain as much momentum as possible so that you don't have to slow down. Sound simple enough? I've decided to break the video into 4 parts: mechanics, mindset, general tips, and training. There were so many things that I wanted to mention in this video that it only made sense for me to try and categorize them a bit. Although some of the ideas may not perfectly match their category, I did my best. Let's get started. One of the simplest things that you can do to improve your recoveries is to use Powerslide. If your car isn't facing the direction that you intend to drive, begin holding Powerslide right before you land so that you maintain some of the momentum and keep your speed, and continue holding it until you're out of the recovery. You're probably thinking that this is obvious and straightforward, but trust me, if you actually start to pay attention or watch one of your own match replays, most of you will realize that you use Powerslide a lot less than you think you do. After years of playing, I still forget to use it at times where it would be helpful. If you're landing sideways like this, you can also hold Powerslide down and then do a side flip to travel quite a significant distance quickly with this maneuver. Air roll may just be your best friend when it comes to recoveries. Air roll allows you to spin your car along this axis, giving you a ton of control over the direction that your car is facing. As I mentioned earlier, 2 of the principles of a successful recovery include having your car face the direction that you wish to travel upon landing and having all 4 wheels touch the ground or surface that you're landing on. Utilizing air roll will allow you to adjust your car into the ideal orientation. For example, take a look at this. I use air roll to make a smooth landing on the wall so that I can drive down and get back into the play as quickly as possible. Alternatively, here I used air roll to first try and get accuracy on the touch, but after it got blocked, I then used it to land back on the ground as smoothly as possible so that I could continue driving forward right away. Flip cancels are achieved by executing a flip in one direction and then immediately moving your analog stick or pressing a key in the opposite direction. For example, a forward flip cancel looks like this. As soon as I flip forward, I hold S or down on my analog stick to cancel the flip. You can do them in any direction. Flip cancels can be extremely useful during recoveries if you are close to a surface that you would otherwise hit if you didn't cancel the flip. For example, hitting the ball like this with a normal flip would result in me bouncing off the wall because I don't have time to adjust my car mid-flip before I reach the edge of the field. However, if I do a flip cancel to adjust my car while it's still in the air, I could make a smooth landing. You can use a combination of flip cancels and air roll to gain even more control. This mechanic is called the half flip and is the fastest way to switch the direction that your car is facing. It can be executed by doing a backwards flip, instantly cancelling the flip by pressing W or holding forwards on your analog stick, and then using air roll to rotate your car so it is upright. More information on performing a half flip, including in other directions, can be found in my half flip tutorial, link below. Most players tend to only use half flips on the ground. However, I've begun using them while in the air as well, and I strongly believe that there are many situations where this is useful. Get creative and begin using them in situations other than just rotating on the ground. Another great mechanic to learn and implement into your matches are Wavedashes. Wavedashes are a fantastic way to gain speed quickly, with or without boost, and improve your recoveries even further. Wavedashes also work on the principle of a flip cancel, but this time the flip isn't cancelled by you, it gets cancelled by the ground. During a wave dash, you hit the surface before your car can do its full rotation, and although the flip animation stops, you still get the speed that you normally would from a full flip. All you need to do to perform a wave dash is jump, Tilt your car back slightly by holding S or pulling down on your analog stick, and then right before your back wheels are about to hit the ground, do a forward flip. Once again, I have a video covering Wavedashes if you want further guidance on executing them. I try and Wavedash whenever I land and still have my flip available. Obviously, if you've gone for a strong hit on the ball like this, you won't have your flip to use upon landing. However, whenever you're coming down off the wall and rotating out, consider using a Wavedash instead of just boost to gain speed. If you get bumped off the ground but never jumped yourself, remember that you can use your flip at any time, so use it to gain some speed in the direction that you want to travel. One important thing to remember is to Wavedash in a direction that will benefit you. I often see gold and platinum players start trying to implement Wavedashes into their games, but not use them effectively. The point is to gain momentum, so doing a sideways Wavedash but intending to drive forwards doesn't exactly work all that well. The landing may just be the most important part of recoveries, so it is crucial that you think about where you're going to land, how you're going to get there, and how your landing will allow you to keep moving. Think about these things before you land. I so often see players reach the ground as quickly as they can before realizing, hey, I actually want to go that way, only to slowly turn around and go in the opposite direction. Don't do that. Land in a way that will allow you to continue driving and preserve momentum in the direction that you wish to travel. Yes, you want to land as quickly as you can, but you also need to put yourself in the best position possible when you do. Also, although this is slightly more about rotations, try to avoid blocking your teammates during recoveries and make it clear to them where you're going. You may need to adjust your path to circumvent interfering with the play. When you're just starting to work on improving recoveries, try to do the minimal number of spins and adjustments possible. I know it looks fancier to spin non-stop whenever you're in the air, however, it will only make it more difficult for you. After playing for over 5 years, I can usually correctly estimate how many spins I can fit in for a landing, but instead of doing 1.5 full spins, I could simply do a half spin like this. Nobody makes a montage of landings, so forget the unnecessary spins, land efficiently, and make it easier for yourself. In order to adapt to the many situations that you will get put in, you need to try and work on your reactions. Although this can be difficult and everyone has a natural reaction time that can only somewhat be adjusted, you can definitely train yourself to improve it. Say you get bumped by an opponent who you didn't see coming. Many new players will simply let themselves hit a surface and then focus on recovering after that. Meanwhile, a higher ranked player will try to react as quickly as possible and return to the ground, or make the most of the bump and try to use it to get a touch on the ball. Every time you're in the air after going for a touch or getting bumped, just try to think about what your next move is as quickly as possible. Where do I want to go next? And how do I get there quickly? In time, this process will become quicker and more natural, and you'll see your reactions to each situation improve. Camera usage is rarely mentioned when discussing recoveries. However, I think that it can be extremely useful. Especially for landings on the wall, disabling ball cam, using reverse cam or camera swivel can help you to see the surface before you reach it. Many high-level players have great spatial awareness and are able to predict when they will reach the wall without seeing it. However, the majority of players can't, so this is one way to make it easier. You will often need to recover from a bump by the opponent or teammate. Players commonly forget that when you get hit into the air without jumping yourself, the flip timer doesn't apply, meaning you can use your dodge at any point. Use this to your advantage and use that flip to execute a Wavedash upon landing, reach a surface quicker, or challenge the ball if it's nearby. Every time you get bumped into the air, just ask yourself, can I flip in a way that would benefit me? Being able to land smoothly and efficiently on the wall is extremely important. Although it is not always the perfect approach, most of the time it is best to land on the wall with your car facing towards the ground so that you can immediately drive off the wall. For some of you, landing and getting down from the wall may currently look like this. However, doing the full turn on the wall takes up precious time, so instead, try to make your wall landings look like this. Head into Freeplay and fly towards the wall. As you approach it, turn your car like this for a smooth landing. There will be more ways to practice this in the dedicated training section of the video. If you've gone for a shot on net and your car has landed facing the opponent's goal, maintaining some speed, a little trick that you can use is to drive into the opponent's net and pull off this maneuver. Combining this with a Wavedash or set of Wavedashes upon landing can bring you back into the play quickly. and if you drive down the center of the field, hook you up with a ton of boost as well. Another option, primarily for high-ranked players, is to use the ceiling for recoveries. If you get bumped high into the air, you can boost towards the ceiling and then double jump off it to make a speedy recovery, or even just regain your flip if the ball is coming towards you. Being able to recover off the roof requires a high level of ceiling control, which can be improved in custom training packs or even in Freeplay by simply flying towards the ceiling over and over again, putting your car in awkward positions, and then trying to recover as smoothly as possible. Now that I've talked about a number of places that you can aim to land on, it's important to remember that you can reach those surfaces quicker by using boost. Unless you're going to be landing on or very close to a large boost pad, I wouldn't recommend depleting your tank entirely for this purpose. But if you have 10 to 30 boosts to spare, don't forget that you can tilt your car towards the ground and feather your boost to help speed up the recovery. Furthermore, whenever you're landing, be sure to take boost collection into consideration. You can adjust your landing so that you land on a large boost pad or in a way that will allow you to pick up a few small pads during your rotation. Players will often be so focused on the other aspects of the recovery that they forget to consider where and when they can grab boost. If you're close to boost, pick it up. Although I've mentioned flips and when you can use them a number of times already in this video, I want to clarify one more thing. You need to be smart about using your flip. Don't just flip because you have it if it will keep you in the air longer unnecessarily. Another option if you still have your jump but don't want to use it to travel in a specific direction is to simply air roll until you're upside down and then jump without any direction key pressed to give yourself a downwards boost. One of the best ways to practice your recoveries in general is to simply go into Freeplay, move around the field quickly and jump randomly. Always trying to land on your wheels as fast as you can. Next, focus on landing facing the direction that you want to travel. Then, start introducing Powerslide whenever you land. And finally, introduce a flip as part of your recovery where appropriate. Keep increasing the speed that you move around the field, and then try and take the ball with you where possible. Over time, you'll see that your recovery speed improves and starts to become natural without you even having to think about it. To take training up a notch, I discovered this amazing Backies mod plugin while browsing online. Basically, whenever you have it enabled, it will randomly send your car flying to mimic getting bumped. I think it is one of the best things that I've come across while making this video, and I've never seen anyone else discuss it on YouTube. To download it, make sure you have Backies mod, which can be downloaded at backiesmod.com. Then visit this link and click the Install with Backies mod button. Once in Freeplay, press F2 to bring up your Backies mod console. Navigate to the Plugins tab, click on Air Recovery, and click Start. Now, at random times, you will see that your car gets suddenly spun out of control and it's up to you to adjust for that. You can play with the settings here to see which you like best, as they determine the speed and distance of the bumps. However, personally, I found the settings that you see on the screen now to be pretty solid. Just to be clear, this is only available for PC players using Steam and the Epic launcher. Unfortunately, those of you on consoles are unable to use Backies mod. Also, I did not make this plugin. Full credit goes to Halfway Dead for this great resource. You can also check out the standard recovery plugin, which bumps your car off the ground and comes with Backies mod by default. Use both plugins simultaneously for some really effective recovery training. I've put together a custom training pack aimed at putting you in positions where recoveries are possible after getting a touch on the ball, with a focus on wall landings. The point of this pack is not to just score the goal, and in some cases it's actually impossible to. The point is for you to get a touch on the ball and then focus on the recovery. Land smoothly, quickly, and efficiently. Although it's not a perfect replication of game scenarios, it's a good place to start. This pack may also be helpful for those of you finding it difficult to practice in Freeplay alone. The code for this training pack is on the screen now and also in the description. In each match that you play, try and focus on improving one aspect of your recoveries. Each time you land poorly, save the replay and look back to see what you could have done better. To make it to the ground faster, to maintain momentum, and to make your overall movements smoother. Mastering recoveries is not something that you'll be able to do overnight, and it will require a ton of practice and experience just like most of the other aspects of Rocket League. Becoming better at recoveries is all about creativity and quickly adapting to the situation. Because every single match is unique and different, you can never be 100% prepared for every single challenge, shot, or bump. But your ability to recover quickly and efficiently will improve your overall game drastically. Don't underestimate the impact of strong recoveries. If you're looking for more tips, tricks, and advice to rank up and improve fast in Rocket League, be sure to check out one of these videos and subscribe now for free to not miss out on any future content that may just help you get the rank you desire.